Hi, it's Mike with AskTractorMike.com. I was recently asked by a dealer in the Pacific Northwest to appear at 4 of their locations and give the best advice I could to folks attending their Customer Appreciation Show days about how to buy your first tractor. And I had to appear at 4 locations in 2 days, so I didn't have a lot of time at any one location. So I put together a list of 10 things that I think are critical if you're shopping for that very first tractor. And I'm going to share those with you today. The number one thing I think is the most important if you're buying your first tractor is not the brand of tractor, and that's a question I get asked all the time. What's the best brand of tractor? Well, I can tell you that almost every manufacturer has a tractor with specs and features that I would be proud to own. So what differentiates the different brands of tractor? Well, in my mind, it's your dealer. And I think every first-time tractor buyer needs to find a dealer that they trust, that asks them a lot of questions about how they're going to be using the tractor and tries to match the right tractor for their needs, that's going to be around for the long haul, and that specializes in the type of tractor they're looking for. If you're shopping for a small compact tractor and the dealership you're in obviously caters more to the big tractor and the combine market and kind of ignores you, you need to go on down the road. So find that dealer that you fit their culture, that you trust, that you like, it's going to be around, and buy the brand that they're selling. That's my number one best piece of advice. Number two piece of advice, most dealers will advertise an inexpensive or bargain model to get you in the door. And most manufacturers have a bargain tractor and then a tractor with the same horsepower that's their deluxe tractor. So I always recommend, if you're looking at tractors, find out if the one you're looking at is their bargain model or their deluxe model. And if it's the bargain model, what's the difference between that and the deluxe model? Because it might be in your best interest to get the deluxe model right up front. Which leads me to my third point. And I just recently did a video about this. Look at a tractor as an investment. And if you're buying a tractor that lacks a lot of the features that a lot of people want, not only will you be without those, but when you go to sell that tractor, if you ever do, it'll hurt the resale value. So look at a tractor as an investment and get the most desirable tractor for you that you can get. Because if you ever go to sell that tractor, if you keep it a long time, and that was the gist of that video I did recently, it may be that whenever you go to sell it, you'll get darn near what you paid for it out of it. Because tractors increase in price every year, and they don't change a lot. And so they hold their value very well. Which leads me to my fourth point. Get the biggest tractor you can afford. Almost all of us, when we buy a tractor, and we get comfortable with it. Let's say we buy a 40-horse tractor and we're pulling a 6-foot brush hog with it. We realize real quick, if we'd have gone up one size, maybe to a 50-horse, we could maybe got a 7 or an 8-foot brush hog. The bigger the tractor, the quicker you're going to be able to get your jobs done. So get the biggest tractor you can afford. And along with that, if you think you want a cab on that tractor, get a cab. I've never known anybody that was thinking about getting a cab that bought it, that regretted it. I've known a lot of people that thought they might want a cab tractor, decided to save the money, and then wanted one later on. And if you change your mind and you have to trade that non-cab tractor in on a cab tractor, it's going to cost a lot of money to do that. Number 5 thing I'll tell you about buying a new tractor, if you use the manufacturer's low rate program, get all the options you want up front. That's because most of the time, if the manufacturer offers those options, they're going to finance that in with the low rate. So if you want hydraulic remotes or a third function valve, or if you're buying an open station tractor with no cab and you want a canopy, or you want a grill guard, get that up front and put that on the low rate program. Same with implements. If the manufacturer offers implements that they're willing to finance on the low rate program, and you think on down the road you'll need a box blade to keep your driveway leveled out, or you'll need a rock rake or a grapple or something like that, get that up front, put it on the low rate program, and you'll have use of it from the beginning, and you'll spread the payment out over a long period of time. Number 6 thing I'll tell you, if you're shopping for a new tractor, you have to have it insured, and if you can, get full replacement insurance, get it. Manufacturers many times will offer a favorable insurance program, and the reason for that is when you finance a tractor, they require that you have insurance, so they know their financed asset is covered. But they have no way of knowing if you continue to update that insurance policy. So if a couple of years into that financing program, you drop the insurance on that tractor and it gets stolen, that can lead to a bad situation. So many times the manufacturers will offer a really favorable insurance program, and they'll roll the insurance payments into the financing stream. And get full replacement insurance if you can. And that's because if you have a car with 30,000 miles on it that you wrecked, you can probably find a like car with 30,000 miles on it to replace the car that you wrecked. With tractors, that's a lot tougher. There's not a lot of late model used tractors to choose from. So if you have something happen to a tractor that you've taken really good care of, that's got 150 hours on it, it may be tough to find a replacement just like what you want. So get full replacement insurance, so if something happens, you get a brand new tractor just like the one you've got. The number 7 thing I'll tell you is look at extended warranty, but those are not always a very good investment. Let's talk about warranty. Most tractor manufacturers are offering these long warranties, maybe a 4 or 5 or 6 year warranty, but they don't tell you when you're buying it usually that 2 years of that warranty, everything but wear items is covered, and the remainder of the warranty, it's powertrain only. So usually anything oil touches. So they'll tell you you have maybe a 6 year warranty, but they won't tell you what's covered. So find that out when you're buying a tractor, and also know that trucking that tractor back and forth to your farm is never covered under warranty. At least I've never seen it. So if the dealer is offering you an extended warranty program, find out what's covered under that. And if it's administered by the manufacturer, which is desirable, or a third party, which is not. If the extended warranty is administered by the manufacturer, they want to keep you as a happy customer. But if it's administered by a third party, they could care less. So I would avoid extended warranties administered by third-party individuals. Now, number 8, and this is if you're looking at a used tractor. There are 5 tractors I think you should avoid, and I did a separate video on this. I'll put a link at the end. That's small 2-wheel drive tractors, small tractors without loaders, small tractors with turf tires, gas tractors, and tractors that were built by manufacturers that no longer have dealers in North America. Now, you can argue with me on those, that's fine, but if you're buying your first tractor, those tractors do not hold their resale value well, and in my mind, they're tractors you want to avoid. The number 9 thing to think about when you're buying a new tractor is negotiate into the deal, especially if it's your very first tractor, that you get training on that tractor before you leave the dealership and before the tractor leaves. Have somebody in the service department take you back, show you what all the controls do, how to hook everything up, how to maintain that tractor, and how to be safe with that tractor. So when you leave that dealership, you're comfortable with your investment. That's something they can do. It only takes a little bit of time. And sometimes if you don't ask for it, it doesn't happen. But get the dealer to do a walk around training with you before the tractor and you leave the dealership. And finally, the last thing I'll tell you, and this is going to sound a little crazy, but I think you need to develop a good relationship with the dealer, their parts department and their service department, because those are the people that are going to take care of you over a long period of time. So every now and again, get up in the morning, get a bunch of donuts, and take them in to the service and parts department and let them know that you appreciate them. You want to have a good relationship with your salesperson, but in the end, the parts people and the service people are going to be taking care of you and keeping that tractor running. So make sure they know you're out there, and the best way to do that is to take them donuts once in a while. If you'll follow these 10 things, you'll get a tractor that you like, you'll have a relationship with a dealer that you appreciate, and you'll have a good buying experience and a good ownership experience with that first tractor. Now, if you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the mic face icon, and make sure you check the bell so you're notified when I post future videos. And here's a couple of videos that I talked about earlier that you probably want to watch if you're shopping for a tractor. Thanks for watching.